Hello, welcome to Karen and Nigel's campervan build, and today I'm going to show you how to make your very own magnetic blinds, saving yourself some money on your campervan build. Please like and hit subscribe to follow our journey. A piece of card, material of your choice, some ribbon about 1.5 inches in width, radiator foil, tape measure, a pen, some strip magnets, and a sewing machine if you have one. You can do this without a sewing machine, but it's just a lot easier and quicker if you have got one. Step 1. You need to measure your window. You're going to measure it from top to bottom and across. Allow a little bit of extra in your measurement in order for the magnets to connect to the metal frame of your door. This particular window is 23.5 centimetres down and 47 across. Step 2, we're now going to use our piece of card as a template for the corners of the window. The first thing you need to do is measure the drop that we just took of the window, which was 23.5 inches. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make a line there. Like that. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line across there. And then I'm going to cut the bottom of the card off, and then we're going to be making the template for the corners. Now you only have to do the top and the bottom corner on one side of the window, because in theory your window should be symmetrical, and that template we're then going to use to cut the material and the backing for the blind. Next you're going to trace the corners of your window. It doesn't have to be exact, just a rough outline will be absolutely fine. And there you go, that's all you need to do, just a rough outline. Step 3, so we are now going to cut the insulation for the blind. This is actually radiator backing, and coincidentally it's actually the same measurements as our window, which is 23.5 inches across, and I'm going to cut it to 47 inches in length. I'm currently trying to cut the material, but all the dogs do is keep stepping all over it and sitting on it. You're not making this easy, guys. Yeah, I'm talking to you. I managed to control them, finally, the first cut. Once you've cut the first bit, it's fine, because then you can just follow the line of the dots on the back in. Just like that. Step 4, we're now going to cut the corners of our template here. And here, it's very faint, but it is there. Boom, just like that, finished. So now you've got your template done, what you're going to do is you're going to take your foil, like this, and you're going to rest your template on top, just like that. Line up the edge, just like that, and I'll line it up a little bit better. I've only got one hand to do this at the moment when I'm filming, but basically what we're going to do is we're going to line it up, and then we're going to cut these corners here and here. So do that side, and then what you do is once you've done that side, you just roll it out. You just flip your template over, just like that. I'm going to line it up. There you go. And then you'll cut the other corners. Ta-da! Corners cut. And what I've just done is I have just taken this back out to the camper van and double checked it against the window, and it's all looking good. Step 5, so now that we've cut our foil out, we're going to place it on top of the material, and what we need to do now is cut the material so it is 1 inch wider than the foil, and that's because what we're going to be doing next is we're going to be pinning it, and then we're going to be stitching it. As you're cutting, just keep checking that you're within your 1 inch. I've now cut the inch of material all the way around the foil. What I am going to do, before I start pinning this to the foil, I'm actually going to run a stitch all the way around material, because it is frayed a bit in some places, and I just want to make sure that it helps to allow it to last that little bit longer. Same thing that you would have done when you were cutting the material. As you're pinning the material around the edge, just make sure you keep within that inch distance. Step 6, now that we've pinned the entire edge of our blind, we're now going to run it through the sewing machine. Step 7, so the next stage is going to be putting the ribbon on. So this ribbon is 1.5 inches wide, and what we're going to be doing next is very similar to what we did with the material. We're going to run it around and pin it, and we're going to have 1 inch on the inside and the 1/2 inch is going to be on the other side. And then we're going to sew it, but as we're sewing it, we're actually going to be putting in these strip magnets. So these are really, really good, and I'll put a link as to where I purchased them from in the description. It was Amazon, where we get a lot of stuff from. So we're going to evenly distribute these around, so you get 10 in the box. So we're going to have 3 on each side on the long side, and we're going to have 2 each on the shorter side. And here I've got one of the strip magnets, and I'm just going to pop it inside the material. And then I'm going to go ahead and stitch it. Taking it nice and slowly. It's all sewn and finished now. We've got our magnets in. So step 8 is going to be to take it out to the van and see if it fits. Ta-da! All finished. Super effective, really easy to put up and down, and really didn't cost very much at all to make, and it doesn't take too long either. If you have any questions, please let me know. In the description I'll put a link to all the places where I purchased all of the different items to make the blind. Please hit subscribe and like, and we'll see you in our next video.